Hey everyone, it's Zack Beck. We often establish resolutions at the beginning of the new year. This could be anything ranging from our fitness all the way to our finances. And the sad thing is that generally once we establish this type of resolution, we generally do not stick to it during the long haul. And this sets us up in a cycle where we're not going to actually achieve the goals we've set out to do. So what I want to do in this video is break down in detail how you can establish habits that are going to last the long haul and actually allow you to achieve your goals over the course of your life. So let's take our time, dive in the details, and jump into it right now. As previously mentioned, we often establish New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the new year. This could be the terms like dry January. You might want to be able to lose weight, get in better shape. You might want to get your finances in shape by getting out of debt and saving more money. Whatever the goals are that you're establishing, I think there are some important pillars for us to understand and actually adopt in our lives if we want these to have any sort of lasting power. The first thing that we need to identify is that our own willpower is not that strong. And what I mean by this is oftentimes when we get in a cycle, we're just thinking about utilizing our own personal strength and our own willpower to get out of a certain cycle, it is usually going to be difficult to do so. Now, whatever the habit is that you're looking to establish, you want to make sure that you're not solely relying on your own strength, but that you're setting up systems in your life to help you avoid these types of things. For example, let's just look at it from a financial perspective. We have all sorts of issues going on in the financial world right now. We have increasing inflation, we have all sorts of uncertainty in the stock market, asset prices are very high, including real estate as well, and we might be in a situation yourself where you're feeling like you're falling farther and farther behind financially. So you're trying to say to yourself, well, I'm going to take it all upon myself to invest all this money into this one stock so that way I can get rich. Basically trying to jump and leapfrog over all the hard work necessary and all the diligence and the habits necessary in order to achieve that goal. Now, I would say that type of willpower could potentially work for some individuals, but realistically, you want to actually be relying on systems that can help you actually achieve your goals. Now, from that financial perspective, what you might want to do is to try to automate your finances. Get into the habit of investing on a regular basis. Don't just sit on the sidelines and wait for it to pick that one stock that might shoot to the moon or that one cryptocurrency that might go to the moon. Try and establish a system where you're already saving money automatically out of your paycheck. Maybe you're taking some of that money, investing into index funds. Perhaps you're getting established an emergency fund so that you can navigate any sort of challenges that come your way. You're getting in the habit of not jumping into debt or getting into debt because you realize that's going to provide you with a negative net worth instead of a positive net worth. And if you can get that on an automated system, it's going to help you make fewer decisions and allow you to have less opportunity for your own personal willpower to be the only thing that you're relying on because you made a wise decision once instead of having to make multiple wise decisions down the line. Now, from a physical perspective, I know many people are pursuing better fitness. There's various options and various habits and various approaches people will take. I'm not a personal trainer or anything to that extent in this moment. I used to be previously, but the same thing I talked about with finance, it does apply to your fitness as well. Try to establish a system that allows you to have a habit that you can actually go back to repeatedly on a daily basis just to get yourself going. Now, it's very difficult depending upon where you are in your personal fitness journey, depending upon what level of fitness you're at right now, about what you might want to do. But if you just establish a habit where every single day you do a little bit of exercise, maybe you just go out for a walk, maybe you do 1 push-up a day, maybe you can do 10 push-ups a day, and then you gradually increase that over time. Don't just immediately jump into some high-intensity workout where you're going to kill yourself or cause more harm than good. I hear oftentimes where people go and push themselves so diligently, very high-intensity workouts, which is a good thing to do if you're at a certain fitness level, but if you're just getting there, you might actually injure yourself or you might actually preclude yourself from actually being able to have a sustainable type of fitness. So when you think about that, you just want to be in the habit where you're not just thinking about how can you get fit right now, you want to be thinking about how can you maintain your health over the course of your life. Think 10, 20, 30 years down the line. Just like you're thinking about that from an investing perspective, you want to be thinking about that from a physical perspective because we are holistic beings and you want to be doing what you can on a daily basis diligently to achieve your goals. So like I said before, whatever works for you, if it's just going for a walk, getting on your bike, getting outside, getting some fresh air, maybe if you do have a gym membership, just keep it easy. Do like some circuit training on some simple machines. Don't go and be too intense at the beginning and then build that up over time. What's more important is that you're just getting in the habit of actually exercising. You're getting in the habit of walking. You're getting in the habit of running. Whatever it is for you, if you start doing that on a daily basis, it's going to help you achieve your goals long term. Now, I can speak specifically for myself. Fitness has just been fully integrated into my life ever since I was a younger individual, and now I use it in such a way way where I actually use elliptical trainers. I know it's not very the coolest kind of thing you could do or very intense or anything like that, but I'm actually very efficient on them because another thing I do when I'm on elliptical is I actually might get work done, such as taking a phone call, doing my emails. I might be able to prepare something for another thing I do, like I teach at my church on a frequent basis, so I can actually begin thinking about my sermon or actually prepping it right there. There's all sorts of things that I'm getting done simultaneously where I'm not even thinking about the physical element of it because it's become so integrated into my life. So that's just something I hope you can get into, whatever that habit is, but just get in the habit of doing it by taking that first step out of the door. Now, the most important thing you can do to establish these habits in your life is to tap the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'm just kidding, but if you wouldn't mind hitting that right now, it would help the channel a lot and it would mean a lot to myself as well. And from a personal perspective, the same things apply. You might be thinking about your relationships. Perhaps you have a significant other, and you want to make sure that you're maintaining that during the course of the year, where you're actually kind of continuously engaged with that person. You're hopefully developing a deeper and more meaningful relationship with them. Now, I have been married for 10 years with my wife, Megan, and what I have found is super important is that you never want to become complacent in a relationship. You still want to keep things exciting. You still want to go and do things, continue to date your wife or date your spouse or date your husband, whoever it is for yourself, thinking about it from the vantage point that if you are just trying to go through the motions every single day, it can become actually a bit dull, and you don't want that to ever happen. And what I mean by this is just like when you get a system in place for your finances, you get a system in place for your fitness, try and get a system in place for your personal life as well. Now, my wife and I, we try to make sure we go out on a date every single week no matter what is happening. Now, that is because of our stage of life right now. We have the opportunity to do that, we have the discretionary income to do that, and we do have additional time to do that. That might not be the case for you right now, but a date can be whatever it is. It could just be going for a walk out on a park, go to the beach, you could go out to dinner, or whatever it is for yourself, but be intentional about it. And if you have that system in place where you're ingraining that into your lifestyle, then it becomes second nature. You don't even think about it as, oh, we're going on a date. It's just like, oh, we're gonna go out to dinner now, or we're gonna go on this walk, we're gonna have this nice talk. And I think that's really important. Like I said, if it's a significant other or just other relationships that you're trying to develop, get systems in place that allow you to have to make fewer decisions and just really focus on actually achieving the goals that you're wanting to achieve. Now, once you move beyond relying on your own personal willpower and you get into the habit of setting up these systems in your life so that you can actually achieve your goals, the other thing that you want to do is you want to establish some form of accountability. Because once again, back to your personal willpower, it's very difficult for you just to rely on your own strength to get through these things. Now, there are various approaches that you can take on this, whether you have a significant other or a friend who you can talk about this with on a regular basis, just sharing that, hey, you know what, from a financial perspective, I'm in debt and I just need to get in the habit of getting out of this cycle. Or you might be saying from a physical perspective, man, you know what, I just haven't been at the highest level of fitness lately and I want to get there. And if you're just able to talk to someone else about it, that level of accountability helps provide you with additional motivation as you're doing the daily diligent work of actually working towards your goal. Furthermore, when it comes to that personal accountability with your significant other or your spouse, hopefully that person is your accountability partner. But if they're not, you can maybe have someone else who's speaking love into your life by encouraging you to say, hey, make sure you continue to date your spouse, make sure you continue to date your significant other. That's a really important thing to do. Now, you could also take this deeper, going from a spiritual perspective, and have some form of spiritual accountability. As I've previously mentioned, you know, I serve at my church, I teach on a regular basis over there, so I personally have accountability in my perspective from God, and that's just something I personally hold dear to myself. I'm not proselytizing and saying you have to believe that or take that approach. It might be something you do through meditation, it might be through a different approach altogether, but what I am telling you though is that if you have that form of accountability, it can be very powerful in your life because you're not just once again on an island trying to do this by yourself. Because in our society, it feels like everything is about picking yourself by your own bootstraps, doing everything on your own, and if you fail and you're a failure, as opposed to realizing that we need to kind of rely on one another. We need to help one another. And as other people might be speaking love and truth into your life, you can do the same into someone else's life as well, which could have a powerful impact on them and on you. With all that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching the video today. If you wouldn't mind, please tap the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Help push this video to other people who might need to hear it. Furthermore, if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'd love to interact with you, get to know you, do any research on your behalf so that you can make well and wise informed decisions for your life moving forward. Furthermore, if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. That would mean a lot to myself personally, as I do everything I can to create positive content that hopefully has a positive impact in your life by encouraging you and myself to lead lives of meaning and purpose, all while maintaining balance in some moderation. And if you do subscribe to the channel, please tap the notification bell. That'll notify you every time I post a video, which I do on a frequent basis. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you next time. Whoop.